working through kind of some preparations here for the week today, tomorrow, Thursday, and then take a break over the weekend, obviously, and then start getting ready for Philly. So still got a few balls in the air here. Obviously, a big day for some roster continuation of roster decisions, roster moves. It's be well over 1,000 of them over the course of the league. So including the ones that have already happened. So multiple balls in the air here for the next couple of days, but that's the way it is this time of year. We all knew it was coming, so we're here.
So I know you asked about Calvin Anderson yesterday. Just wonder if they change on that.
Yeah, we're working through a lot of things, Phil. So we'll let you know if and when anything happens. We got a few balls in the air.
Are guys going to practice today? If don't anticipate them making the team still, are you going to tell them before practice? How's that going to work?
Yeah, there's multiple players in multiple different situations and combinations. So
You're asked about the kicker competition over the weekend. You said very competitive between us and Chad. Do you trust Chad to be a reasonable kicker to start the season?
yeah, everybody that's on our team, I trust. Otherwise, it wouldn't be on our team. So.
These are just specifying kickoffs versus
Yeah, well, again, whatever the role is, if the player's on our team, then it's because we're comfortable with them doing it. If we aren't, then we should find somebody else.
After releasing McSorley yesterday, do you feel good about just going into the season with two quarterbacks, or looking to add there?
Yeah, well, Ben, we talk about this every year. What the roster is today, what it is tomorrow, what it is the next day. Like, there's going to be changes on our roster and every other roster in the league. Every single team will have roster transactions over the next multiple days, including some up until the day before the opener. So it's a process. We'll work through it. Some guys will come back, some guys won't. We acquired players from another team, 2 players from another team. There's multiple things going on, so I'm not going to, comment about where we are or aren't today, because the process is far from being over, right in the middle of it.
Bill?
And not all the players that you would ask about who aren't here are necessarily not going to be back here. So we'll see how it goes.
Coach, what did you see from Tyrone Wheatley and Vidarian Lowe that make them good fits in your system?
Acquired both young players. I think they have upside and want to work with them. So put them out there and see how it goes.
On those two guys, Bill, how much does your scouting report on them coming out of college influence the decision versus what you've seen from them in the NFL, which probably isn't that much, right? I mean, they haven't played that much.
Right. Well, with Wheatley, played tight end in college, so less on him. Lowe, when I played for 5 years at Illinois, so more on him in college. Lowe's had 2 years in the league and played every snap against Tennessee at left tackle, so some film on him. Wheatley played in preseason, so it's a combination of things. We had Wheatley in for a workout last year, I think it was. So there's information comes from various sources: college film, college interviews, pro film, workouts, other information we've gathered along the way. That's what the scouting department does. They do a good job of it. So.
Bill, what did Bryce Behringer kind of reaffirm with your evaluation of him when you drafted him, and did he open your eyes to anything in terms of his adjustment to the NFL level over the course of the last few weeks?
Yeah, look, I think any young player, obviously a big adjustment coming into the National Football League, long way to go. They've experienced some things. they'll all experience a lot more how they'll do in other challenges and more challenges at any position, but especially that position in New England over the course of the year is going to be something they'll have to deal with, so we'll see. Certainly Michigan State had their share of balmy days, as we will, but other ones as well. So, but I mean, it's a whole different. Everything's different. The rush is better. The returns are better. It's harder to pin them inside the fit. It's everything's harder. So, and that's true for all rookies. We'll see how it goes.
Bill, we've seen Cole Strange a couple of times arrive late in practice, not participate. Obviously, do you expect him to practice today?
Yeah, day to day. We'll see how he is today. See how it goes. Yeah.
Bill, I know in previous years we've talked about how difficult a day this can be for players who are not going to be making this team. I'm wondering if you might share a little bit about how that process goes for you and for your staff, just in terms of communicating that with the players. Is it one-on-one conversations and anything you might be able to share about how challenging a day this is?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's a tough day. For everyone, we have relationships with players, some over an extended period of time, some less, but yeah, we talked about it the other day. It's difficult for everyone. It's difficult on the relationships, but we all knew this day was coming, and this is part of the process. And it's a very competitive league, and there's a lot of very talented, players, and they compete, and not everybody can, have a spot. So yeah, that's difficult. Again, I would, as always, like I always do, caution you about, thinking like things are over when they're not necessarily over on a lot of levels. They may not be over here. They may not be over somewhere else. Players have certainly left here and gone and had careers, and players have been released by other teams and come here. The Rob Ninkoviches of the world or whatever, that, tough day for him, and that's the end of his line, and it definitely wasn't. So, the stories aren't over here. This is one step in the process for us and the players, and for some it will be, for others it won't be. And some players that we release will come back and play for us, be on the practice squad, and some won't. That's, again, we all knew those numbers and the math when we started. Don't know exactly what they'll be. We have a general idea, so that's the way it is every year. But yeah, it's always difficult to even have to tell a player that he's not going to be on the roster, he's going to be on the practice squad, or he's not going to be here at all, or whatever it is. But like I said, unfortunately, that's part of the process. What we all signed up for, we knew that's what it is, and this is one of the days that it happens. So, yeah, appreciate it. Okay, thank you.